Confidence in the FBI is now at an all-time low, and it may never recover. And it's not just everyday Americans who are disillusioned with the Bureau, it's rank-and-file agents. FBI whistleblowers are now calling for Director Christopher Wray's ouster, saying they have lost confidence in his ability to lead the agency. Their lawyer, Kurt Sudak, who is a former agent himself, telling the Washington Times, quote, "I'm hearing from FBI personnel that they feel like the director has lost control of the Bureau. They're saying he's got to leave." This news comes after the bombshell resignation of Agent Tim Tebow, who conspired to bury Hunter's laptop. Tebow denies the allegations, but why did he step down then? And that's not all. According to whistleblowers, Tebow pressured FBI employees to pad domestic violent extremism case counts. Now, I wonder why he would do that.
We have a growing fear of domestic violent extremism and domestic terrorism.
Domestic terrorism has been and continues to be a top concern for the FBI.
Domestic terrorism from white supremacists is the most lethal terrorist threat in the homeland.
One thing is clear. The institutional rot in the FBI has led to a major crisis of confidence. So what, if anything, can be done to restore it? Representative Darrell Issa is former Judiciary Committee member. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Congressman.
Well, thanks for having me on, Judge. And you're exactly right. Confidence at the FBI and also at the Department of Justice has created a groundswell of new whistleblowers who are coming forward, talking to Jim Jordan and Thomas Massey and myself, but also they're going public in many cases, asking for reforms, getting the politics out of the Department of Justice and particularly the FBI.
How do you do that, Congressman? I mean, we saw it from the top with James Comey, and we all wanted to believe it was just at the top. What was it, on the seventh floor? You know, Comey struck Page and that whole gang. But now, you know, when you hear about this guy who just stepped down, you hear about the fact that with Christopher Wray, I've never heard anybody getting fired. Nobody gets fired. And we hear all of this we've watched over the years for the past 5 or 6 years, all of this wrongdoing. Nobody gets fired.
Well, it's going to change in January if we have our way. Incoming Chairman Jordan and the rest of us very much want to make sure that we put these people in front of our committee, first in deposition and then publicly if appropriate, and make sure that we hold them accountable for what they've done. We also want to further empower the Inspector General. We've had a good Inspector General at Department of Justice, but he's been hamstrung many, many times, particularly when someone resigns that he wants to speak to. We very much need to make sure that we change that, and we're going to try to do that in a couple of ways. The most important, Judge, is making sure that resignation or retirement does not put you outside the reach of the Inspector General. We're going to change that if it's the last thing we do on judiciary.
Well, you know, I certainly understand the importance of hearings, the importance of having the public understand what's going on. But I think in this hyper-partisan world, or America that we're living in right now, people attribute a lot of this stuff to politics. People see the world in one of two ways. My concern is if someone like Christopher Wray is at the head of the FBI, and I couldn't agree more in terms of this guy and the way he's run this agency, you know, there's nothing that Congress can do to get him removed.
Well, you're exactly right. And remember that constitutionally, we have no power to indict anyone, no power to take anyone in front of a grand jury or even get him criminally in front of a judge. As a result, we've got to repair the Department of Justice. Yeah. And if that means that there are a great many term appointees who are not political, we'll do it. We're going to have to make these changes because the American people have realized that this president, and quite frankly, President Obama before him, have weaponized the Department of Justice and used the FBI as a tool against their political enemies.
Okay. All right. We have just received a statement from the FBI. It says, quote, attempts to politicize FBI agents' work and divide our team should be rejected. While there are some who claim to speak on behalf of FBI agents, Only the FBI Agents Association, representing more than 90% of active duty special agents, serve as the voice for these agents. With a clear eye on our mission, we remain confident in Director Wray and his leadership team, as well as our agents.
Well, that's the reason that the other 10% don't belong to a rubber stamp union and don't want to be told that everything is just fine. There's no problem here. Of course there's a problem, and there's been a problem. That raid certainly says a lot about how they don't have their act together and they're being politicized.
Well, I think, I must tell you, Congressman, the thing that pretty much put me over the edge was when the Attorney General came out and started calling parents domestic terrorists and said he was going to sic the FBI on them, all because of this critical race theory. It is a very sad day when, the FBI is not held in the high esteem that it's entitled to. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight, Congressman Daryl Issa.
Thank you, Judge.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.